Thank you very much. I'm going to read some poems which I wrote, but don't worry, my poems are not very long. See, look at this first one. It's already gone. This poem's called Owning Up. We were taught at school that the butterfly, fluttering its wings in Brazil, might cause a tidal wave in Bangladesh. I never did believe that. But last night, in front of the mirror in the bathroom, I squeezed an angry zit. And this morning's news reported an earthquake in Ecuador. So I rang the Richter scale and admitted my responsibility. This one's for Charles and his group of creative writers, and it's called Genetic Engineering. I'm a genetic engineer with a literary bent. I rewrite old books and give them new meaning. I'm now going to read two poems about the Russian Revolution. The first one is entitled An Investigation of the Full Impact of the Russian Revolution on Our House. And it goes like this. The Russian Revolution of 1917 may have been a big thing in Russia. But it didn't have much impact in our house. My gran called the two budgies I bought her for Christmas Lenin and Trotsky, and that was it. This poem is called Virgin Trains, the Russian Revolution, and the rest is history. It's a modest little poem. If Virgin Trains had been around in 1917, the Russian Revolution would not have happened. Lenin would not have been able to get to the Finland station. I went to school. I was brought up in Liverpool and went to school in Liverpool, and in 1969 I was a member of the Merseyside Anarchists. I mean, insofar as one could be a member of them. We actually were suspicious of people who asked to join on the grounds that they were MI5 spies. And we also supported Liverpool Football Club, and therefore we had to put the two activities together. So this is how we did it, and it's called Making a Difference. In 1970, on Saturday mornings, on the way to the match, we marched down Lime Street in Liverpool, chanting, "Ho, ho, Ho Chi Minh," believing that this would end the war in Vietnam. In 1973, the war ended. I have an extremely sweet tooth, right? I don't have any teeth, but I have an extremely sweet tooth. And I discovered that in Wigan, which is sort of near Manchester, that they made a sweet called Uncle Joe's Mint Balls, which is a very, very hard sweet and was basically for people going into the mill on a cold day to warm them up. And I've written two poems about Uncle Joe's Mint Balls. They do also relate back to the previous poems on the Russian Revolution. There is thematic unity, as indeed there is throughout Skyros. So here we go. So this one is called My Grandparents, the Second World War, and a Packet of Uncle Joe's Mint Balls. Troops in the trenches in the Second World War were given a weekly ration of Uncle Joe's Mint Balls. Good for morale, the officer said. Helps keep the men's peckers up. stands them in good stead. Didn't work when he came home, said Grandma with a knowing shake of her head. I was actually a schoolboy during the Cold War, and like everyone else, we were awfully paranoid, really. And we used to get warned at assembly that the world could actually end today. So this is called Cold War Schoolboys. Our teacher, Ray O'Connor, told us that he was 34 and from Birkenhead. The Cold War schoolboys knew better. We were not so easily fooled. He was really Viktor Churenko, age 48, a Russian spy from Kiev. Two things gave him away. First, the right eyebrow, arched sharply skyward, stretching to the top of his head. A disguise which didn't. Secondly, he was a Stalinist who constantly sucked on Uncle Joe's mint ball. Now this one, when I wrote this poem, I used to perform it, and I got a letter from the solicitor of a particular company, which I'm not allowed to mention, saying that they objected to the implication of the poem. So I can't mention the name of the company, okay? But you may know them. If you read Sunday papers or Saturday papers, they tend to advertise on the inside back cover, offering language courses by tape. Does anyone else, I mean, other people are obviously allowed to mention their name, if you know what they're called. Right, I'm not allowed to mention it. Right. So this poem, anyway, is called Lingua Phony. Last night I went to bed wearing my personal stereo and listening to those language tapes. This morning I woke up speaking Japanese. Dream on. And finally, can I end? I was actually brought up a Catholic, and I thought it would be appropriate to end with a prayer. And this, of course, is a Catholic prayer, although I'm not a Catholic. This is a Catholic prayer, which I want to take seriously. And it is actually a prayer to bring about hopefully to bring about the end of the war in Iraq. And it goes like this. George Bush, withdraw, like your father should have done. Thank you very much indeed.